the recording first. Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the online meeting of Speaker Community Club. I am present to be your sergeant at the arms for the today's meeting. In this meeting environment, there are a few instructions that we follow. I request you to rename yourself. All Toastmaster can prefix TM to your name. Guest can prefix guest. I also request the speaker and role holders to prefix their role to their names so that it's easy to identify them. I give you 10 seconds for this activity. Good. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start the speech. Tech host will confirm on the setting. I would request you to do not type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking. It disturbs the speaker. You can use the private chat for providing a feedback. You are all requested to keep your audio on the mute in case you aren't speaking. Please refer the necessary moment. Please refrain from an unnecessary moment or sipping on a drink if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on share screen unless your speech or role require to do so. You can display a hi-fi or a namaste when talking over or leaving for a role. You can connect with a Techmaster on any technical glitch. In Techmaster of the today in meeting is Naran. If you are speaker, then please ensure you pin the timer or confirm that the same is visible at all time. This meeting will be recorded. In case you have any reservation, please let us know. You can network during the break and after the meeting. Let me share the mission of the club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. I welcome the presiding officer to take you through the process. Sirin, over to you, Sirin.
Thank you, Naran. We all must have seen Madhwani's name in the agenda, but she is engaged with some other activities. So I will be your president for the day, presiding officer for the day. To start with, I'll start with a very small story wherein there are two frogs, two of them which fall into a pit, and it's very difficult for them to climb out of it. And all the others that are standing around the pit are discouraging them, saying that don't climb, you won't be able to climb, just lose all your hope and you just, I don't know, maybe leave it, don't try to climb it. They were discouraging them. But one of the frog was not discouraged. Instead, he kept on trying and trying till the point that he actually succeeded and he came out of the pit. And then everyone started asking him, how did you accomplish it? We were discouraging you so much and yet you accomplished it. He said, I'm deaf. I couldn't hear you. I thought all of you are encouraging me. And that is how I got past it. Moral of the story, words matter. And words that we speak, I hope that it encourages and supports all others that are listening to us. With that, I would like to invite the guests that are present here to speak a little about how they have come to know about Toastmasters and their experiences. So Toastmaster, Zoom Master, could you help me with the guests who are present here? Bharat?
Bharat Singh.
Yeah, Bharat, could you help us out with your journey and how you came to know about Toastmasters? I think Bharat is not connected to audio. Are you able to hear us, Bharat? No, I guess. And I think there are no other guests apart from Bharat in the list.
Keshav?
Keshav, yeah. Keshav, are you able to hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell us about your journey and how you came to know about Toastmasters?
Okay.
Could you switch on your video also, if you don't mind?
Yeah. So, yeah. First of all, good evening all, and I came to know about Toastmasters 3 years back, 2 years back, and I have been a member of that since 2018. And I am from Bangalore basically, and from TCS Maitri Club at present. And I came to know about this club of speakers community some 3 weeks back, and I had attended a couple of meetings online as well. And yeah, that's the reason I thought to continue attending. And as it's also a Sunday, and it's a convenient time to attend as well. And yeah, so this is how my journey began, and I'm happy to attend the meeting.
Glad to have you back, Keshav. Okay, moving on. I will now call upon the Toastmaster of the day, Tejasvini. We all know her. She has been a wonderful speaker, and I call upon Tejasvini to take the proceeding ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharon, for the introduction. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and paths they have chosen. The second part of the session is the table topics round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on the feet. This round is also known as the impromptu speech section. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and the final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and the auxiliary team. As the Toastmaster of the day, it is my duty to introduce the role bearers who will assist in the running of today's session. First, let me begin by introducing one of the most important role players, that is the Zoom Master, Toastmaster Naran. He was also the Sergeant at Arms of this meeting. Moving on to the auxiliary role players. To keep track of the time spent by each speaker, please help me welcome the timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Lindsay. Lindsay believes that the moment you believe you can fly is the moment when you finally can do it. Nothing can hold you back from achieving your dreams. I request Zoom Master Naran to spotlight the timer of the day, Toastmaster Lindsay.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the timer for the day. As a timer, my duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speeches, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For instance, the time allocated for an icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes. For other prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. And for the table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. Evaluations, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speakers should meet the specified time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting. I will display the green card at the minimum qualifying time. yellow card at the midpoint of the qualifying time, and the red card at the maximum qualifying time till the end of the speech. For prepared speeches and evaluations, the speaker has 30 seconds grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. Table topics will have a grace time after the maximum qualifying time. All speakers who continue to speak beyond 30 seconds will not qualify for the vote. I will report the time taken by speakers when called upon. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lindsay. To keep track of the R's and Ums during the meeting, we have the R counter of the day, Toastmaster Sandeep. Toastmaster Sandeep believes that a positive attitude is very important in life. If you think about and believe in something, you can do it. When he first tried to ride a bicycle, he was able to do it in the first time itself because he was confident in himself. I request Zoom Master Naren to spotlight Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you. I am audible to all.
Yes,
Yes, Sandeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejasvini. Greeting to all Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and guest. The purpose of today, I am is the all counter for today's meeting. The purpose of a counter is to note words, sounds that are used, crutch, or push the feelers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words, filler sounds, including or. I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of meeting, I will report the number of time that each speaker used these expressions. So thank you, Toastmaster Tejasvini. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. To track the good and not so good usage of grammar, we have the Grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Amit. For Toastmaster Amit, the moment he believed he could fly was the moment when he had completed his master's degree. He feels that was the moment which gave him the confidence to fight any odds in his life. I request Zoom Master Naren to spotlight Toastmaster Amit.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the grammarian for the day. Let me tell you the importance of the grammar. We all know the importance, but for me, grammar is like a salt. So when we add salt in the recipe, it becomes tasty and meaningful. In the same way, when the proper usage of grammar makes our language more meaningful, and hence our speech also becomes meaningful, and this adds a value to our language. So as a grammarian, my responsibility will be to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any incorrect usage of grammar as well as any good usage of words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. I have also posted the word of the day in our chat box. So word of the day is valor, which means courage or lack of fear. Like we can make a statement like Rana Pratap showed extreme valor in his war against Mughals. Phrase of the day is learn the ropes, which means to learn to do something. For example, once I learn the ropes at my new job, I won't be so nervous. I will give my report when called upon by the general evaluator. I encourage each speaker to use the word of the day. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Today's theme is the moment you believe you can fly. All of us have joined Toastmasters because we believe in something. Some of us may believe in our ability to improve our public speaking or communication skills, or some of us may simply believe in being part of a community. The ability to believe in yourself can change your life. When you lose sight and you start doubting yourself, you're done for. But you may have been bombarded with a lot of positive thinking messages. Do you think positive thinking really works? Research says that it does. In a 2011 study, it was found that athletes who practice positive self-talk techniques, such as telling themselves that they could do it, experienced more improved performances than those who didn't. And what are we but athletes running the race of life? So, for an improved performance in life, fight the negativity with valor. Believing you can become successful is the most important step in actually achieving it. Now, let's move on to the next part of the session, that is the prepared speeches. I request the timer to share the screen. The first speaker of this round is Toastmaster Sachin. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Sumit. Toastmaster Sumit believes that whenever he fails or feels demotivated, he always gets one thought in his mind. Believe in yourself and repeat one sentence. I can fly. Toastmaster Sumit, I request you to please read out the speech objectives. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Tejasvini. It's really great to have a part of this Toastmaster Club. Unfortunately, I think speaker not share his evaluation sheet with me, but as he's on level 1 and this is a speech 2, I believe this is research and presenting. Correct me, Sachin, if I'm wrong, and then I'll evaluate based upon those aspects.
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. All the best, Sachin. Over to you.
This is Timer Lindsay. May I get the rights to share the screen? The rights is disabled as of now.
Master, could you please share the rights with Lindsay?
Wait 1 minute.
Lindsay, can you try now?
Yeah, I'm trying now. Yes, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's visible.
Thank you.
So Toastmaster Sachin is attempting his level 1 project 2 from the team collaboration path. Toastmaster Sachin says that whenever he learns something new, then that knowledge gives him a push and makes him believe that he can fly and achieve more than he had ever imagined. Toastmaster Sachin, are the timer cards visible to you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Sachin. Toastmaster Sachin, technological unemployment, Toastmaster Sachin.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Have you all ever wondered what happened to all the bank tellers during the introduction of ATMs? Okay, let me make it more open-ended. How many of you think that automation destroys jobs? You can quickly give your answer in the chat box by typing yes or no. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The introduction of ATMs in the 1980s has created a lot of unemployment among bank tellers. All the bank tellers went jobless. But as the time progressed, banks have realized that they were saving a lot amount of money, which eventually they have used to come up with even more branches. That means more jobs. This time, even more bank tellers were hired from before. But they are not doing the same old job. Now, they were looking into some important aspects like customer relationship building, explaining policies, credit cards, and other bank benefits. This has not only increased the trust among the customers, but has also helped in increasing the bank revenues. Moving to another example, in 1900, 40% of all the US employment were on farms. Today, it is less than 2%. Why there are a few farmers today? It's not because US people are eating less. A century of productivity growth in agriculture means that now a couple of million farmers can feed a population of 330 million. That's an amazing amount of progress, right? It means that the remaining 38% can focus on some other fields like health and medicine, finance and insurance, electronics and computing. These are all the fields that were barely existent a century ago. Many of the products that we spent a lot of money on, like air conditioners, sport utility vehicles, computer and mobile devices, were unattainably expensive or just has not been invented a century ago. As automation frees out time, it increases the scope of what is possible. We invent new products, new ideas, new services that command our attention, occupy our time, and spur consumption. You might think that some of these are fascists, like extreme yoga, adventure tourism, PUBG, Pokemon Go, and I might be agree with you. But people desire these things, and people are willing to work hard for them. The average worker of 2021 wanting to attain the average life standard of 1915 could do so by working just 17 weeks a year. That is 1/3 of the time. But most of the people didn't choose to do that. They are willing to work hard to harvest the technological bounty that is available to them. So, in the word of economist Thorstein Veblen, invention is the mother of necessity, not the other way around. Talking to my own research domain of autonomous vehicles, what can we infer with the increase of autonomous cars like Waymo or Tesla? We can say that it will reduce the necessity of ones to learn driving. That means driving jobs will become obsolete in near future. Now let's think about the same from a different perspective. Plotting the number of skills required to manufacture a normal vehicle versus an autonomous vehicle on an XY plane will come up as a right skewed graph like this. This shows that as the time passes by, the number of autonomous vehicles will demand more skilled force to manufacture them. So we can say that the industries are moving towards a more skilled labor force in order to hire for newly created jobs. But by saying that, I can't guarantee that what people are going to do from 100 years from now, since the future doesn't hinge on my imagination. If I were a farmer in the year 1900 and an economist from the 21st century teleported down to my field and said, "Hey, Farmer Sachin, guess what? In the next 100 years, agriculture employment is going to fall from 40% of all jobs to 2% purely due to the rise in the productivity." What do you think the other 38% of workers are going to do? I would not have said, "Oh, we got this. We'll do app development, radiological medicine, yoga instruction, Bitmoji." I would not have had a clue. But I hope I would have the wisdom to say, wow, a 95% reduction in the farm employment with no shortage of food. That's an amazing amount of progress. I hope humanity has found something remarkable to do with all of that prosperity. And by and large, I would say that it has. Thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
It was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Sachin. May we have a round of applause for him? The second speaker for this round is Toastmaster Afaq. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Vidya. Toastmaster Vidya was a very shy child during her school days. She used to cry a lot and was becoming insecure. During one such spell, She experienced a blank moment in between when she realized that she could love herself and that she has the wings to fly high. Toastmaster Vidya, I request you to please read out the speech objectives. Over to you.
I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Vidya Group, and I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Afaq's speech. Afaq is giving his level 1 project 2 speech from motivational strategy. The purpose of his speech is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his first speech. Thank you. I wish Afaq all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidya. Toastmaster Afaq will be attempting his level 1 project 2 from the motivational strategies path. After every 5 years, Toastmaster Afaq compares himself to his previous 5 years. If he believes that he and his thought process has grown, then he believes that he has succeeded, and that motivates him to fly for more success. Toastmaster Afaq, a mindset we must, Toastmaster Afaq. Please put your hands together for him.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever thought, where did you get your mindset from? Is it an influence one or partial influence one? If you ever notice, the mindset, it revolves around two beautiful words called logic and emotion. I tried to learn the ropes of logic and emotion individually. You will get to know how problematic a mindset is in the present stage of life. The grace of logic is it makes you fearless, and the charm of emotions is it makes you full of anxiety. Being into UPSC preparation, I got to know various things about logic and emotions both. UPSC is just not a four-letter word to me. It was an emotion in my first year of preparation. I treated this exam not just an exam, but my life, which made me a failure to crack this in the first attempt. But I gave logical thinking and a thought process that failing in first attempt, what does that change? The world didn't stop working. UPSC took the next stage of the exam. So why am I showing so much of love and affection, or you can say ek tarfa pyar to this exam? I rather started thinking more progressively. I thought, what is the problem in failure? Why should I not accept it? Why don't I learn from failure? So I thought it in a manner like a balanced thought process I kept. And I accept that the thought of reality, the thought of awareness, and the thought of analytical thinking, which is an important part in present stage of life. So after so much of thinking, I got to know about the qualities required in the difficult economic situation around us. It is the ability of mastering the most difficult thing. Now again, talking about mastering the most difficult thing, you need to handle distractions, the distractions of thought process, the distraction of things around us, the major distraction of social media, which I think personally, the distraction not just harms your emotions, but it also harms your logical thinking and thought process. Because what you give to your mind is what you receive. Every behavior, like every difficult time where you behave immaturely or you behave in an unexpected manner, that is because of thought, because of your thought process. You were not ready for that situation. You couldn't tackle that situation. And to master such things, for me, mastering is required for cracking this exam. And the most important thing is deep work, deep focus is the basic skill I want. And even to acquire those basic skills, you need to have another basic knowledge. And the takeaway I got was emotion and logic. Both should have a proper equilibrium in your life, because if you don't have emotions, you don't have feelings. And if you don't have logic, you won't be able to approach things as it is. If you mix logic and emotion, every goal will be just a desire and unachievable for you. Then I started to think I should use my emotions not to crack this exam, but I should use my emotions to have a desire to change my life, to change other people's life. And it will give me a logical kickstart to start preparing systematically. If you thought why I mentioned other people's life, it is because once I was in a northern state. I won't give a particular name to it. And I was sitting I was sitting with a person. You can in Mumbai it is called a corporator, and in the northern state at village level it is called something else. So one of the people, one of the villagers came and he wanted to have a conversation with it. Even after I offered him a chair to sit, but even that point of time he didn't want to sit because he said that I am a person of lower caste. I cannot sit in front of you. But I said it doesn't matter. Even they even even offering him and asking him to do this, he said no, I won't sit. So I just kept that thing into my mind that I want to change the thought process of the people. I want to educate more of them. And I got the confidence of logical thinking that yes, I have to do it and I will do it. And then came my second attempt. I again failed, but yes, this time in more beautiful manner. I learned from my failure. I got to know that I am getting closer and closer to my failure. And the basic skills that I was talking about is called valor and the consistency. These are the two basic skills to have a deep basic mindset to deal with any sort of situation and make difficult things easy for you. No matter which organization you are in, no matter which field you are in, you want the basic skills of consistency. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafaq. It was a wonderful speech. May we have a round of applause for him? Now, I request the timer, Toastmaster Lency, to present the timer report.
Okay, the report goes like this. Toastmaster Sachin gave his speech in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Afaq took 6 minutes and 37 seconds for his speech. Both are within the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lency. Zoom Master Naran, could you please run the polls?
Yeah, sure. Just a moment.
Sure.
Can we have it at last, please? Because it's not prepared. I need to create it.
Sure, Toastmaster. As we move forward with the next round, I'd like to share two stories with you. The first story goes as follows. Two cockroaches lived in a house. Both of them were young and full of energy. Each day, they would drum, jump, and chase each other while playing. Though they were equally strong, there was a difference. One cockroach was optimistic and always lived in hope, while the other was pessimistic and lived in despair. One day, while playing, both cockroaches fell into a pot of milk. They swam around and tried to hop out, but as there was no solid support under their feet, it was not possible for the cockroaches to hop out and escape from the pot. After some struggle, the pessimistic cockroach said to itself, "It is impossible to hop out. No doubt I have the strength, but I cannot swim for long. I'm already tired." Thinking that way, the cockroach did become tired soon and could not swim any longer. It gave up its struggle and went down to the bottom of the pot. Finally, it drowned. On the other hand, the optimistic cockroach kept on struggling, saying to itself, "No doubt it seems difficult, but who knows? Maybe some miracle will occur. If I try a little longer, something good might happen. It's only a question of few minutes, and then I'll be out of here." Hoping for a miracle to happen, the second cockroach went on swimming. His constant leg movements churned the milk and turned it into a huge heap of butter. Soon, the cockroach was able to climb up the heap of butter and hopped out of the pot. Positive thinking saved the life of the cockroach. The second story goes as follows. As a man was passing some elephants, he suddenly stopped, confused by the fact that these huge creatures were being held by only a small rope tied to their front leg. No chains, no cages. It was obvious that the elephants could any time break away from their bonds, but for some reason they did not. He saw a trainer nearby and asked, why did these animals just stand there and made no attempt to get away? The trainer replied, when these elephants are very young and much smaller, we use the same sized rope to tie them, and then at that age, it's enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe that they cannot break away. They believe that the rope, that flimsy little rope, can still hold them, so never they try to break free. We have faced many such chains and voices in our lives. Voices which tell us that we cannot do it, that it's impossible. These voices can be external, from the people around us. But from both of the stories, we can understand that the most fatal voices are the ones which are internal. Just imagine for 1 second. If one of your friends talked to you the same way you talk to yourself, would you still be friends with that person? We spend the most time with ourselves, and if we keep putting ourselves down, will we only fill our lives with negativity? Yes. So next time, when you think something bad about yourself, just think, would you say this to a loved one as if it's about them? If not, then ignore that negative thought. It's better to be deaf to that negative voice inside your head. Just think, I can do this. I can do this whenever you find yourself in chains of your own. Now, we move on to the next part of the meeting, that is the table topics session. To provide us with the challenge for today's table topics round, we have the table topics master, Sharon, who will be conducting the session today. Sharon says that she has always been an overthinker, and that has made her think of all the things that could go right and all the things that could go wrong. What has happened with this line of thinking is that for most new opportunities, she would only think of the bad things first, and then wouldn't proceed with enthusiasm. Eventually, she realized that only when you close your eyes and jump, that's when you can fly. Please help me in welcoming the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Sharon. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharon.
Thank you, Tejasvini. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. I am the table topic master of the day. This is an impromptu speech session wherein you will be testing, you will be sharpening your listening skills, thinking skills, organizing skills, and speech delivery skills. For the table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes, wherein a green screen will be shown to you at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. And after 30 seconds after the red card, you will not qualify to be voted for. The speaker has to speak for a minimum of 1 minute to qualify for the voting. I request everyone to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day when they do their speeches. And I encourage everyone to volunteer for this session. After the session, I will give back it to the Toastmaster of the day. To begin this, I would request someone to volunteer, please. Or let me just call someone. I will call Lindsay. Lindsay, would you like to give it a go?
I'm just managing the timer cards also, so
okay, no problem. Someone else would like to go.
There's Manas who's raised hand and Amit.
Yeah. Manas, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Cyril.
Yeah. Manas, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover, Toastmaster Manas.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and good evening, all fellow Toastmasters and guests. Recently, just my book is one of my book is published, which name is Business Success Principle, and always I that I inform to all. I told to everyone that don't judge the book from that cover page itself. That cover page, people may prepare it lucrative. People may, that right people, right author may not be a best designer. That, like in the market, kurkure is sold at the best price, at the highest price, but there is nothing inside. But whatever that papads are that sold at the market, those are without any cover. Only one transparent polythene. So always whatever we will judge anyone, not only that book or any product or any person, then we have to go inside of that person and listen carefully, then judge. Before judging, I suggest to listen carefully and judge. So thank you. Over to you, Sarin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manas. I will most probably be using all the proverbs, so I urge everyone to participate more. Next, I guess Amit raised his hand. Amit, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Amit, action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. Toastmaster Amit.
I am 34 years old and I got 2 heart attacks in my life. First heart attack when I got married in 2014 and I realized that I became the prisoner of the beautiful eyes of my wife. Second times when I attempted a table topic in my club. I was attending the Toastmaster meeting as a guest, and the Toastmaster like you gave me a topic and I was completely flabbergasted. My eyes goggled up. I found a lump in my throat and my whole body paralyzed. I could not speak for more than 5 seconds. After that, I left the meeting. The VP education of that club called me and said, "What happened? Why you have stopped attending meeting?" Then I said, "I don't have the courage. I don't have the spirit to face the public like you. I have never been conditioned to speak in front of public. Then he said, my dear friend, if your heart is broken, then you can easily repair. But if your spirit is broken, then it's very tough. So come, let's put your hard work, let's put your effort, let's put your all the zeal and enthusiasm for your effort, and just be on the trajectory of happiness and enthusiasm. His words gave me a ray of hope. And with this, with all the actions, with all the efforts, I once again gathered the invincible, indomitable, and infallible spirits for my life. And I can say that, yes, I'm not a good speaker, but I am trying my level best to ascend on the stairs of happiness, to descend from the ignorance and transcend the limited imaginations. This is only possible when you have the urge to take action for your development. I believe action is the key for everyone's happiness. What about you, Tabletop Master? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Next, anyone else would like to volunteer?
May I?
Yes, who's this?
Yeah, this is Amay.
Amay. Yes, Amay. Amay, better late than never. Better late than never, Toastmaster Amay.
This saying is absolutely true, that better late than never. I remember a few of my students suffering from failures. Um, the subject failures we call as KT, that is 80 KT basically, that is allowed to keep term. Many students were struggling for around 2 years. There was one student of mine who struggled to clear his mathematics paper for almost 3 to 4 years, and he was not able to get his degree. As a mentor, I convinced him, I motivated him, and I tried to bring him out of that so-called trauma pressures. I made him prepare the basic formulas. I helped him develop the basic logic, and I helped him to understand that there is always a way to solve any problem. Slowly, steadily, when he was when he made his mind to quit, he started following me and he took baby steps. So as he was taking baby steps, he realized that he was gaining some confidence. At one stage where he thought to give up, but on the other stage, he was developing so confidence that he was taking up small attempts, and he was following the methods, the techniques which I told him, and he was following the paths which brought him closer enough towards the success. So I would like to say that instead of quitting, it is always quite good to just start, to just begin, even if you get late, but some time down the line, you would definitely get to the success. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Amay. Anyone else? The guest can also pitch in. Divya, would you like to go? Or anyone else, maybe?
Yeah, I will try. Keshav.
Yeah, Keshav. Keshav, best things in life are free. Best things in life are free. Keshav.
Yeah. So it's such a wonderful topic, and it really makes sense. Best things in life are free. So we come, just just look around us. We see our family members, we see the nature, and we see friends, and so all these are what we have obtained freely in life, and we could spend time with them on it. So it is more satisfying than anything possible, than which has obtained through finances. such as maybe spending time on TV is okay sometime, but you spend a lot of time, you definitely get bored, and you try to go away for a long walk. So that is free. You have legs. God has given us all good, a health to walk, to run, and to enjoy nature, to enjoy with the family, relationships, emotions. So everything has come free to us, and when we are immersed in it, and when we put some time, give some time to it, and cherish it, and be grateful for what we have got, and that itself is more satisfying than ever. So this goes by the saying, best things in life are obtained free than which is obtained through external factors, maybe money, etc. Purchased. Thank you. Over to TTM.
Thank you, Risha. Anyone else? All the role players can also participate. There's no hard and fast rule as such, not true.
There is Bharat.
Yeah, Bharat. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. All that glitters is not gold. All that glitters is not gold, Bharat.
Okay. Thank you for the topic. First of all, okay. I start with the marketing concept. Like in nowadays, you can see everything in this world is marketing so glitterly, but not everything is gold. Because when you buy something by seeing things, like it shows so magnificent that you think, oh, it's so good. But when later on you buy it, or you use that thing, that can be not up to that product, that cannot be up to the mark that you are expecting it. Same goes to the different aspect of our lives, even in our friendship, even in our jobs and everything. When you start anything, we think like it's quite a glittering type of thing, like it's made for us, something like that. But later on you understand, when you get involved in it, rather be a business, rather be a relation, rather be a friendship, you get to understand, like maybe it's not really the thing, maybe it was not meant for you, or maybe not that glittering when it was showcased to you. So that was from my end. Thank you for the topic.
Thank you, Bharat. More volunteers?
I would like to go. Vidya.
Sorry, who's this?
I would like to go. Vidya.
Vidya. Yeah, Vidya. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Toastmaster Vidya.
Such a beautiful topic and so truthful. Everything is beautiful, correct? Even if we see mud around, that is also beautiful. It's upon us how we see anything. And when we see anything in such a way that we feel that the thing is beautiful, it is beautiful. I love nature. I love to give a specific time to enjoy nature. And the most amazing thing that I feel in nature is the sunset and sunrise. I feel so amazed that we are around such beautiful things. Every day, I take out some time, and when there was no lockdown, whenever I was out, I would just take some time to look at the sun setting. And I would look around and see people not even noticing it. And I would wonder, and we don't know about tomorrow. We don't know whether we'll be able to view it or not. There are so many beautiful things around. when we walk, we see a old woman just walking tiredly and having a very sad face. Just go and just smile at her and see how she will respond. And I've done this and I've seen how beautiful her face becomes. I've seen people being sad and just taking them and going to a mall or taking to places and just enjoying with them and see the beauty of their face, how the entire mood changes. So it is on us how to view around things, how to have that outlook. We can see at the sun and feel that, oh, it's so hot. But at the same time, we can feel that it is the most important thing in our life and be grateful. So see things around and feel grateful of whatever it is there that we have got and enjoy the beauty, because it is on how we want to see all these days. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Vidya. Next, Toastmaster Sandeep, would you like to go?
Yeah.
Yes. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherin. So, when I was pursuing my 12th class, that time we are going through different kind of competitions, and that competitions basically that competitions encourage to the juniors. We are playing our roles, and our roles we are playing the roles, and that same role carried out by our the juniors. So whatever our action is there, that action is recorded and that are repeated by our juniors, and that was very amazing, very amazing program was there, and all juniors are enjoy the programs and they are follow to us. So that's it. Thank you, Toastmaster Sherry.
Thank you, Sandeep. I will now call the timer for the timer report.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Shirin. Here's the report for the table topic session. Toastmaster Manas took 1 minute and 20 seconds for his speech. Toastmaster Amit took 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Amey took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Toastmaster Keshav took 1 minute and 38 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Toastmaster Vidya, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Sandeep took 1 minute and 2 seconds for his speech. All were well within the time and they qualified, according to me.
Yes, Sherry.
I give it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Tejasvini.
Sharon, I think I should report all counter.
Sharon, can we have the polls?
Yeah. So, Master, can we launch the polls?
Still have 3 more people to vote. Okay, and go ahead, Sharon.
Yes, I give it back to the Toastmaster of the day, Tejasvini.
Thank you, Sharon, for the wonderful session. Before moving forward with the next part of the meeting, I'd like to leave you all with a question. What difference would it make in your life if you had an absolute, unshakable confidence in your ability to achieve anything you really put your mind to? The next part of our meeting is an important round of a Toastmasters meeting. In this round, the constructive feedback is given to each speaker as well as the overall meeting conduct so that members can benefit from the experience of evaluators and become better speakers. For this, we have the general evaluator, Toastmaster Shubha, to conduct this session. Toastmaster Shubha believes she can fly in every moment, but it's not for lips. She believes that it's knowledge, passion, determination, and commitment which can help you fly high. I would now like to hand over the session to General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Shubha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejasvini. For the benefit of our guest, I am General Evaluator and I will conducting the evaluation for overall meeting. I will be also calling the tag team to give their report. I will also call upon evaluators to evaluate the speaker's prepared speech. I would request evaluator Sumit Kale to evaluate Sachin speech L1 pathway 2 team collaboration. Over to you, Toastmaster Sumit.
Thank you. Am I audible, visible?
Yes.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Sachin for this wonderful topic selection, technological unemployment. When I heard this topic, the current scenario came in my mind where we all are going through because of this pandemic, and all we are working from home, and this is because of technology. So if you think about 5 years or 10 years back, where this situation can be possible, so no, so that is not possible. But nowadays, yes, everyone can, or not everyone, but a maximum people can stay back in home with their family and avoid unwanted situation for this COVID, and that gives you advantages with the to avoid this situation. So your topic selection is good. Kudos for that, Toastmaster Sachin. When you start your topic presentation, you start with the open-ended question. So so my advice: don't start with the open-ended question where people need to distract from your screen. They need to type. So first of all, you have to grab attention with the bang of your statement initially, so that will give you attention from the all people, and then they will stick to that only, so rather than avoiding or misleading the attention. So that is one point which I would like to highlight you. But your topic selection is good. Then later on, when you progress on your speech, so you share a good example of one is related to agriculture and one is related to your banking sector, how the technology change in both way. So that's a good point which you share. But uh, when we talk about any research and presentation, all the techniques, and when we're presenting, so just remember one thing: each and every research is based upon a statics. So if you could elaborate more on the statics part of you, or if you can like this example right now which I'm sharing, if you could elaborate more like this, how the productivity is increasing, but if you can see in a red line the unemployment is decreasing, So that will give you advantage by stating this. Later on, if you could, I mean, say, uh, illustrate it with the PPT or some other way with your example, like this way, or maybe this way. So that will give you a sidelines attention to your story. Though your story is good, but that will give you more advantages. So I am expecting that statics. Then you also mention one quote, that invention is the mother of necessity. That is good one. That's only my point where you could improve. Otherwise your speech is good. All the best for your next speeches. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit. I would call upon Toastmaster Vidya to evaluate the prepared speech speaker, Afaq, for his L1 Part 2. Toastmaster Vidya, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Afaq. A powerful mindset can overcome any obstacle. Thank you, Afaq, for such a great speech and specifically on a topic that everybody would love to hear. The few points that I would like to mention what I liked about your speech. You started with a question and therefore you grabbed the attention of the audience immediately. You explained very clearly about the topic that you wanted to share, and you explained it with your personal story. Again, you grabbed the attention, and that's the best way of explaining any topic. Your failure in UPSC, and you showed valor. You explained about logic and emotions and how you applied it. I liked when you said ek tarfa pyar. Again, such statements grab the attention of audience. Point by point, you explained how to have a great mindset. Towards the end too, you had a personal story. The flow of the speech was very good. The transitions were very good. Now talking about the delivery part. You were confident. Again, your flow was very good. Your hand gestures, specifically want to mention, your hand gestures were very good. You used it from the start to end. You also used word of the day and phrase of the day. Now coming to the recommendations. My recommendations are more towards the delivery part. Voice modulation. That is one of the most important thing in any speech. With voice modulation, you can have a great impact. And I felt that was missing. It was mostly going in the same pitch. Using voice modulation, you could have created a more impact and ensure that the audience are attentive throughout your speech. You could have enacted some of the emotions. Coming to pauses, I felt the pauses were not there at places where it should have been. I know you have been evaluated for that as well. I still felt that it was missing. Now, eye movement. At the places where you were trying to remember the next line or the speech, you were looking at some points, like you were looking at this point. Instead of that, you could have pause and try to remember the next line, which will have a great flow of the speech. I felt you could have had a great strong message at the end to have a great impact. Afaq, I feel that you have already learned the ropes, but incorporating these suggestions, I'm sure you will excel in giving speeches. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidya. So I would call upon the TAC team for their report. Timer, is both the evaluator are qualified?
Yes. Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Sumit has taken 3 minutes and 21 seconds with the grace period. Yes, he's within the time. And Toastmaster Vidya has taken 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Lindsay. Over to you, a Toastmaster of our counter, Sandeep. I request to give report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suba. So first of all, I would like to give the report for prepared speeches. So first prepared speech is Toastmaster Sachin. So Toastmaster Sachin use the word one time, the word so 3 times, the word like 4 times, but 2 times, and 2 times. Satan's prepared speech, Toastmaster Afak. Toastmaster Afak use aha 2 times or 1 times, well 1 time, word so 3 times, but 2 times, and I 15 times. So coming to table topic. So Toastmaster Manas was the first table topic speaker. He used 2 times, 2 times, or 1 time, so 1 time, and I 5 times. So guest second speaker is the guest Amit. So Amit use 1 times, so 2 times, like 3 times, but 2 times, and I 14 times. So third speaker is a Toastmaster Amay. Toastmaster Amay use 5 times, 1 times, so 1 times, and I 10 times. So fourth guest Keshav. Keshav use 5 times, 3 times, so 5 times, but 2 times, and I 2 times. Then next speaker is a Toastmaster Bharat. Toastmaster Bharat use 4 times, 3 times, so 4 times, like 4 times, but 1 times. Come to the evaluator. So first evaluator Toastmaster Sumit. Sumit use 7 times, use 2 times, so use 4 times, like use 3 times, but use 4 times. And second evaluator is a Toastmaster Vidya. So Toastmaster Vidya giving the wonderful speech, she used very less filler and trust speeches. So she used only 3 times and. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. I will call upon Toastmaster Amay for the report of the grammarian.
Okay. So first, I would like to mention the words which were used, the words which drew the attention of mine, like a proper equilibrium in life, then a logical kickstart. The phrases used, which I liked the most, were hop out, then a line of thinking. So this phrase is added value, or like I mentioned earlier, it added salt in the recipe, and I'm very happy that all our evaluators and speakers added salt in the recipe which they served in today's meeting. Now, there were few, not mistakes, but if these words were used appropriately, it would have had more impact during the speeches. So while narrating a story, the words used where situation can be possible. So instead of, they could have used the words like, had it been the situation, it would have been meaningful. Then while evaluating the words used were prepared speaker is or prepared speeches, instead it would have been prepared speech was. That could be more meaningful. Then all people are enjoying while narrating a story, but in that, if the words which could have added meaning was all people were enjoying. Likewise. So the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Tejasvini. Then Afak used the word of the day as well as the phrase of the day. Even Toastmaster Vidya used word of the day. So even Toastmaster Sharon used the word of the day. So this was all about the grammar report. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you,
Generally.
Toastmaster. Yeah. So I would like to give my evaluation for overall meeting as well as the evaluation of respective speaker as well as evaluator. So the first thing, we started the meeting uh, 2 minutes late rather. So we should have started in time. And I saw that when I was trying to log in, the host was not ready to start the meeting. So at least the role players and the speakers should come 10 minutes before the meeting starts, so that there is no problems during the meeting, and meeting should get seamlessly conducted. At the same time, I found that president officer was not there, but Toastmaster Sherin has covered well and took that role and performed as a presiding officer. As a presiding officer, when the handover was given by the SA was directly given handover to the president officer. If you could have every time some guest or new member would be there, so you could introduce that person a bit, and then conducted hand over the podium to the presiding officer. Similar with the presiding officer has handed over to the Toastmaster of the day, was directly given to the Toastmaster of the with less introduction, with no introduction, I could say. So we could have add little introduction of a person who's coming in front and speaking on the virtual podium. Further on, Toastmaster of the day, she had wonderful stories with her. However, what I saw is like throughout the meeting, the Toastmaster of the day was looking very straight, and like there was no what we say. I mean, she was with one pitch, and somewhere she could have been more interactive to the audience, I felt, and it was a bit straight, just one side story was going on. So a bit of interaction, if you could have kept it, would have been interactive session during your session. When you got a chance to speak, you would have involved the audience also. Next, uh, the speakers, I would say Sachin has a good opening, though he did not start with any statement or opening, but he tried to directly interact with the audience, as Sumit correctly mentioned, that highlighted that he could have start with some sentence and then interact with audience, so that he would able to, because answers was only very less to his question, because nobody was, I think, attentive or not ready to give the answer, or might have not listened what you said. So if you could have started and then asked the question, would have been helped you to get the audience revert. And Otherwise, Sachin, you were good. You have taken very, current situation which is going on, and we all could connect this. It was something which was talking about the technology, good and bad point, all everything you bring in notice. So that was good. So Sumit Kale has given an opening was good. He has started, with the improvement point, and also he has praised initially with all good points and what good things Sachin has done throughout the meeting. Sumit Kale could have been, the conclusion part I found a bit, more constructive way if you could have given with some anecdote or maybe some examples if you could have given him, that would have helped him to understand what exactly you are expecting from the speaker. Next, Afaq, as Afaq has given the speech which he has, uh, you know, put through. Somewhere I lost it, the connection, I guess. I don't know. As Vidya has evaluated that he was, his gesture was evident, but I could have not, grabbed those, so I could not write anything much about Afaq. Vidya has given overall constructive feedback, but I guess this, evaluation, we more focus on the improvement point rather than, just putting up phrases and all, appreciation. Yes, of course, you need to do that to encourage, but at the same time, the improvement points should be more, focus. I guess overall to 2 minutes you spoke only the good points. Yes, of course, good points were there, but this prepared speech evaluation should be more focused on the improvement of the speaker. What improvement you are looking in the speech which he has imparted. And table topic master has done a very wonderful job. She has given the topics which were very much, known to people. Those phrases were everyone, heard somewhere or other and could connect their experience, and they were able to give their anecdotes as an examples. So I think table topic master was good. So overall meeting, I felt that it was seamlessly conducted, but it would have been better if you would have been brought more live to the event. Uh, I felt TMOD could be the main spokesperson who could get live to this event, so be more interactive to the session. So this is what is my report. I hand over back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Tejasvini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubha, for the wonderful report. I'm sure everyone would have lots to learn from it. Next, I'd like to hand over the session to the presiding officer. Over to you.
Thank you, Tejasvini. But as we all can see, we have our very own president with us, and I would like to give it to him to proceed further.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharon. I would like everyone to please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Sharon, because today both Madhuvani and I were busy in the division contest, and Toastmaster Sharon took up the role of presiding officer at the end moment. So thank you, Toastmaster Sharon. You did a wonderful job. And I would have loved you to continue, but as we have time, so I thought that let me take it over and ensure that we have some things in order which we have to say. But you did a wonderful job. Thank you, Toastmaster Sharon, for taking up the role. And this just shows the true essence of leadership, wherein we are given something at the end moment, but we ensure that we are able to do justice to it. So, and that is how all our members of our club are. Today, I would also like to congratulate Toastmaster Sachin, who was there as a Zoom master yesterday and he did a wonderful job. And special congratulations to our member Toastmaster Kalpana, who came third in the division table topics contest. So let's give a round of applause to our member Toastmaster Kalpana. Toastmaster Kalpana, I know you are here, so kudos to you. Thank you. And with this, I'll first move ahead with the polls for the best role player. So today, as we had only 2 speeches, we'll not have the best speaker and the best evaluator as just 2 speeches, but we have the best role player. So I would request everyone to please cast your vote for the best role player among Toastmaster of the Day Tejasvini, Table Topic Masters. I'm sorry, it's Table Topic Master. Okay, so there's a slight error. It's Table Topic Master Sharon, but it's written as Subha. But you can take it as Table Topic Master Sharon and General Evaluator Subha. So you can just give your polls. We have 2, 3. We have 11, 12. Great. Okay. Thank you. Now I would have the best auxiliary role player poll. So the best auxiliary role player among timer Toastmaster Lindsay, our counter Toastmaster Sandeep, Grammarian Toastmaster Amay, and Zoom Master Toastmaster Naran. So please cast your vote for the best auxiliary role player. We have 10 votes. 2 more. Okay. I would request Toastmaster Sachin to please work on the certificates. And by that time, I was there in the session when I think Afaq was speaking. So I came a bit late. I missed Sachin's speech, but I heard most of the things that we had today. And I'm pretty glad that our club is able to function properly without Toastmaster Madhuvani and me being present. And that is what I visioned for the club, to have a self-sustaining club, which although we'll be there at the start to make the club, guide the club and be always there, but the club with its talented and enthusiastic members can sustain on its own. And that is what I saw today. So congratulations to all the members of the club for ensuring that we had a wonderful meeting today. So thank you, everyone. I would also like to thank our General Evaluator Toastmaster Subha, who is from Reliance Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Toastmaster Subha, for coming and being the General Evaluator for us today and giving your inputs.
Thank you, Ankit. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. And also, I would like to thank Toastmaster Sumit for being the evaluator, coming and being the evaluator for our session. Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Toastmaster Vidya for being the evaluator for the second segment. So Toastmaster Vidya was also there at the division conference, and I'm not sure how many of you were there, but she was in the entertainment segment and she danced wonderfully there, and everyone was floored by her by her dance. So thanks, Toastmaster Vidya, for ensuring that even after that performance, you came and did justice as an evaluator. So thank you very much. And yes, as I said, I miss dancing with you. We'll again have a dance soon. Thank you. Thank you. Toastmaster Sachin, are we ready with the certificates?
I think, Ankit, if you have a chance, you can share that video of Triumph meeting where you both are danced together.
Haha, sure. I'll share with all the members. So Vidya and I, before we were I was part of Agnel Toastmasters Club, and in the 200, so Agnel is a very old club. So in the 200th meeting of Agnel Toastmasters Club, both Vidya and I, so it was a physical meeting at that time, and both Vidya and I had performed as a dance duet. So maybe, yeah, I'll share it sometime. And Sumit is also a part of Agnel Toastmasters Club. So we have a good community, and that's what I want to make Speakers Community Toastmasters Club also a community like that, a wonderful community where all of us will be there together to share our learnings, to share our successes, and also to share our failures for everyone else to learn. Thank you. And Sachin, if you're ready, can we move ahead? Can just give me a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Yes.
just
Yes,
one question
Sachin,
I have asked.
yes, that's correct.
Just correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll share my screen.
Okay, great. So now is the time for awards. Sorry. And the best table topics speaker is Toastmaster Amit. Toastmaster Amit, if you can turn on your video, and Zoom Master, if you can please spotlight Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Unfortunately, we couldn't give you a slot today, but I'm pretty sure we'll have a slot for you in the future. Thank you for coming to our meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Zoom Master, we have taken a click with Toastmaster Amit and the photo.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. And next is our best role player, and that goes to Toastmaster Sherin as the table topic master. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sherin. If you can spotlight Toastmaster Sherin. Wonderful, Toastmaster Sherin. And we can have a quick picture with her. Let me know, Zoom Master, once it's done.
Done.
Done. Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Sherin, and congratulations. Next is our best auxiliary role player, and that goes to Toastmaster Amaya. Congratulations, Toastmaster Amaya, for winning the best auxiliary role player, that is the Grammarian's role. Congratulations. Thank you. So, with this
certificates, sorry.
Yeah.
I have not taken the screenshot.
Okay, I will share it.
Sachin, you can just share the screen quickly.
Done.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Amaya. We'll now ask a few of our guests who are present here to just give us a feedback of how they like this session. So if I can ask guest Divya, I think she's here. Yes, Divya?
Yeah, I'm here.
You would like to let us know how did you find this session and just give us some feedback.
Overall, I found the session to be quite good. I mean, I guess the speakers were less in this club meeting. I have attended some club meetings in Bangalore. There, the speaker count was higher. So I guess for maybe that's why there was lesser speaker content over here. And overall, I found like every member to be quite proactive in his or her work. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed the session. That's from my side.
Thank you, Divya. Just a question: are you a Toastmaster or are you a guest?
No, I'm a guest. I have attended some sessions in Bangalore, a couple of sessions in Bangalore, but then due to the pandemic, I moved back to my hometown. So okay. Yeah, that's the story. Okay. And I wanted to join some session, but I was looking for something like for a club that holds meetings on Saturday or Sunday. So that's why I joined here.
Wonderful. It would be great if we can have you. So today, actually, we had a division conference. That's the reason we have a lesser number of members here, but we do have mostly 3+ speeches in our club, and looking forward to having you in our further sessions.
Yeah, I have a question. So how many members are there in this club? I mean, what is the normal strength?
Currently, today we have, as of now, we have 25 members in our club.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, I would request guest Bharat. I think Bharat is coming for the second time. So, Bharat, would you like to let us know how you like the session?
It was great. joining with you guys was much wonderful experience. As I am not very good enough in talking to anyone, but joining with you guys, and it's make me feel more comfortable to talk to someone. That's the only thing, and I wish to join you guys in the later on days. So see you then.
Sure. Bharat, one thing that you said that you were not good at something, let me tell you, all of us are here for learning. So we all are not perfect. We all are here to learn, and it would be great to have you. And really, I liked it that you liked the club environment, and that is how a Toastmasters environment is supportive towards the benefit of all the members. So looking forward to having you join our club. Thanks, Toastmasters. Thanks, guest Bharat, for joining, and looking forward to having you in the further sessions. Thank you. And I think we have Keshav also, who has again joined us. So Keshav, would you like to give some feedback?
Yeah, okay. So I enjoyed the meeting as a whole, and the theme was really interesting, and table topics were also really exciting, and it was it conveyed the moral well effectively, each topic, and really good topics. And I was happy to have got the chance to speak as well. And yes, so and also be a part of this new emerging club. It is providing me as well an opportunity to start learning. Though I've been a Toastmasters for 3 years and not given a single speech, so this is really a learning opportunity for me as well if I attend it regularly. And so thank you all.
Thank you, Keshav, for joining us. We look forward to having you in more sessions. And at the end, I would like to say something. I know members already know this, but still I would like to tell it. It's an honor for our club. So our club got chartered in Jan 2021, and as on date, our club is a distinguished club in Toastmasters. So you have different honors in Toastmaster. You have distinguished, select distinguished, president distinguished. So for a chartered club, as a newly chartered club, to become distinguished, it's unheard of, and our club became distinguished just in 3 months. So kudos to all the members. We already have celebrated in the groups, but I wanted to do it on the virtual stage. So kudos to all the members. I would request the Zoom master to please take a photograph. I would request all the members to please turn on their video. If we can capture this moment, and we can have a group photograph of all the members together. Everyone can please turn on their videos. And Naran, if you can just take a group photograph quickly.
Yeah, sure.
It's wonderful. And
1,
yeah,
2, 3.
Thank you so much. Naran, let us know once it's done.
Yeah,
I think
done.
we have more people who have turned on their video, so we can take one more click.
Okay, sure. 1, 2, 3.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm really proud of all the members of our club, because although it's a new club, each of us have learned through our journey. We have been with the club from the start. I know most of you remember Jan 2021, when all of us were new. It was just me, Madhuvani, and Toastmaster Sai Kumar, who were Toastmasters before, and we knew how to conduct everything. But you all came in, you all showed the enthusiasm, showed the energy to learn. And today I can see all of you taking wonderful roles and doing justice to all the roles that you've taken. If anyone comes to the club, they wouldn't even come to know that the club has just been 3 months old. So kudos to all the members. I'm really proud of all of you, and I'm looking forward to our club reaching more excellent, having more awards in the future. And yes, just to say, although even our club has become distinguished, we have also won an award called Flag Bearer Award. That will be we'll be getting the trophy from the district soon. So for that, a club had to become distinguished by 15th of April, and we did that. And that was because of our members giving speeches, of us adding new members, and also us having all the executive committee having attended training, and putting all the list on time. So everything was done in time, and we are even getting that award. So congratulations to all the members. With this, I would like to end the session and tell everyone that we'll be meeting next Sunday at 4 p.m. in our usual time. Next Sunday, there is nothing. So 4 p.m. in our usual time. Would request all the members to please take up roles and speeches. please connect with our VP Education Toastmaster Madhuvani, and the guests, if you want to become members, please connect with me or Toastmaster Parvati, who's the VP membership of our club. With this, I end the meeting, and now we can have our networking session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now we can have networking.